Welcome back to the Grab Some Popcorn podcast. Your host, Jared and Emmanuel, here to bring you movie news, movie reviews, and all around movie topics. Like, subscribe, and comment on whichever platform you're listening to this episode on. And be sure to check out previous episodes if you're listening for the first time. Episode 11 is here. We're back from our little break. Even though it really wasn't a break, we did a couple standalone, couple solo movie reviews. If y'all want to check those out. But we're here for episode 11. We just got out of Good Fortune. Pretty good movie. Yep. We'll have a review for y'all. But we want to get into a different topic first. We got a quick hit for y'all. So we did the standalone. Well, Emmanuel did the standalone review for Tron. He liked that movie a lot, and there was a lot of controversy going around that movie. So we kind of want to get into that for y'all. Jared Leto. So you may have heard about the allegations against Jared Leto. They're a little old, but they resurfaced recently with his role in the Tron movie coming out. And I just had a question, basically. It's a little tough conversation, but I just wanted to know, when the creator becomes controversial, how do we treat their work? Can you separate the art from the artist? And what responsibilities do studios have to handle this? So let's look at the facts of this case. Is this your first time hearing about this, Emmanuel?
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, this might be your first time hearing about this. So let's just pull the facts up real quick. In June 2025, Airmail published an investigative report in which 9 women accused Jared Leto of sexual misconduct, with some alleging that behavior had happened. The accusations that they levied against him, the behavior had happened while they were minors. So among the claims, there were late night calls with sexual content to 16-year-olds, being asked intimate questions, him exposing himself to a 17-year-old, and just, sexual acts in which were just very inappropriate. Model Laura LaRue says that she first met Jared Leto when she was 16 and later recalled him walking naked in front of her when she was 17. And one accuser, a DJ, Ali Taliz, alleges that Leto tried to force himself on her when she was 17, telling people he knew her age and he didn't care. Now, Leto's team has denied all the allegations, calling them false and insisting no inappropriate conduct occurred. So far, no criminal charges or lawsuits tied to these specific claims have been filed. And amid the Tron Ares launch, there was a collaboration between the movie and Fortnite. And honestly, I think that's what got these allegations resurfaced, because we know Fortnite is a very popular game amongst kids and young teens. And I think that's what got the allegations brought back up, because, like I just said, the target audience for Fortnite is kids and young teens, and that is, the age range of the girls who were accusing him. So it kind of makes sense that these allegations were resurfaced, being that, the collaboration is aimed at teens, and it's also teens who are levying the allegations. So I wanted to have an open conversation about this. I didn't really want it to just be about that, but more about what type of responsibility studios have to the moviegoers, and what type of responsibility do the moviegoers have when they hear about these type of controversial allegations and what should be done.
Okay.
So, first, I wanted to ask you, Emmanuel, of can the performance or film stand on its own, even if the creator is accused of wrongdoing? What do you think?
Okay, so I know this is a touchy subject, and I don't really like talking about these kind of points because I like to, I'm sure people like to keep their private things private, but if people are going to ask my opinion, then I'm going to give my opinion. And so here it is in all its glory. I'd like to point out that it's very peculiar that prior to him putting out a movie like Tron Ares, these allegations were unheard of. As soon as he puts out a big movie, all of a sudden everyone comes out of the woodwork with some kind of problem. If these people really had a problem with his actions, then they should have spoke up much sooner. To me, it sounds like they didn't really care about his conduct, and they only show up with the problem when there's tons of money to be had. If you only start investigating and talking about some problem you had a decade ago or whenever it happened, it's not really something you can consider a problem. It's just a bunch of people who are out to collect some money after he gets paid. It happens all the time in Hollywood. It's just people looking for a payday, not realizing that they're ruining people's lives and making themselves look like crap. Like, I don't think that knowingly someone like Jared Leto would be talking to underage girls knowing the consequences of his actions could mean jail time or worse. Like, he could lose his career if something like this actually sticks. If these girls lie to him about their age or are exaggerating their stories, then that could be a problem too. I'm honestly just tired of hearing all this controversy in Hollywood, but yes, it can definitely affect a movie and how well the movie is received with allegations such as these. Yes, it can affect it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the movie can stand on its own. The art doesn't automatically lose value, but the real question is like, will it still be successful? And a lot of time, controversy ends up driving people to check the movie out anyway. Whether it's curiosity or outrage, that buzz going around the movie, positive or negative, usually gets people talking and watching. So I think it could definitely stand on its own, but how it's received might depend more on the headlines and the actual performance. Um, so when it comes to like consuming the art from like when it comes to consuming the art and the art has a controversial figure in the movie, do you think that acts as validation or like does it carry complicity, like just watching the movie itself? What do you think?
So I think considering how often it happens in Hollywood, I learned that if a movie looks good and you want to see it, just watch the movie. If every single time someone raised an allegation against an actor in a movie that I wanted to see, I probably wouldn't watch half the movies that I want to see. So first off, I'd like to say that if it looks good, I watch it. And I don't think that means I'm carrying complicity or validating or anything. It's just a movie that I wanted to see, and I went and saw it. And I probably didn't even know about the allegations until literally someone mentioned it, which I, again, think to keep those type of things private.
And I agree with you for sure. I think curiosity really drives people sometimes. They just want to see like what all the buzz and the hype is about. I think honestly, like controversy doesn't really work for movies as well. Like when I think more music, when there's controversy for music, I think it's better. It'll put the sales because it's like the controversy surrounding that person. It's one person on an album and you get to hear everything from their perspective. So if you're really like invested in the controversy, then you might finally get answers to questions that you have because you're hearing it from that person. But when it comes to a movie, it's like the actor has some controversy going around them, but that's not really going to be shown in the movie because they're playing a role, you know? So it's like going to see that movie there's like so many other working parts in the movie. It's not just about one person. There's other actors going on. There's a studio behind it. So, I don't think going to see a movie that has some controversy around it really validates the controversy or the moviegoer is complicit in it.
Right. It doesn't mean just because I went to go see Tron Ares, I'm a supporter of underage raping girls. Like, I don't think that's fair.
I say it, definitely not. I think the controversy only helps if the movie is controversial itself. Like if the movie has a controversial scene within it, then it might drive more people for sure. But I think a lot of times people already have their minds made up on if they're going to go see a movie, and, a controversy with one actor from the movie, I don't think it really changes that opinion for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, do you think Disney or any production company like involved in a movie that has like a controversial actor, do you think they should reconsider marketing partnerships or promotional bundles if the lead actor faces serious allegations?
I mean, they probably already do. It's definitely the responsibility of the studio to make sure that someone facing such allegations isn't being promoted to the public. The problem is, if there are no actual lawsuits, no actual proof of any of these things happening, then it's just defamation. That means it's basically just white noise that people are raising rumors just to make sure that the movie takes a hit at the box office. It's like the sheep who cried wolf when there was no actual wolf. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of like fine print, and it works a certain way. If there's no actual law, no actual proof for lawsuits, and it didn't really happen, and it's just people making, raising rumors, making, like just creating conflict when with no actual, they're just creating conflict just to see their own selves in the news, basically.
Do you think Fortnite should have reconsidered their partnership with Jared Leto, being that Fortnite's target audience is probably around the same age that the girls who are, putting the allegations out there, like they're all in the same age range, the people who play Fortnite and the girls making the allegations. So do you think Fortnite should have reconsidered that partnership with Jared Leto?
I think that's up to Fortnite. I mean, that's the thing. You can't I could just pop up and say, hey, yeah, like I got, I got raped by Britney Spears or something. You know what I mean? I could say all I want, right? But without actual proof, without actual, you know what I mean? Like just raising a bunch of ruckus about it, that doesn't mean that Britney Spears should start losing all of her partnerships and stuff like that. So they could have, you know, negated their promotional partnership, but if they did that without actual proof, that could make them look bad too. It's real complicated. It's real, there's lots of moving parts involved, and but that's what I'm saying. Like to not have proof of anything and just start raising a bunch of noise, I think just makes these people look stupid in the end, because a movie that's supposed to make $100 million at the box office or something, that's what they were expecting. And there's, 1,000 people getting paid. This movie employs a lot of people. And when everyone looked at their paycheck, they were like a third of what they should have been, because some girl may or may not have, just started, just all of a sudden decided to show up with some story that she couldn't prove, right or wrong. And I'm not condoning, like, I'm not saying that it's okay to do these things, but I'm just saying that, some people do just do it to cause conflict, and they don't even really care. Like, they didn't actually get raped. You know what I mean? Like, that's a strong word. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I think studios should reconsider when serious allegations come up. You can't just ignore it for sure, but at the same time, you don't want to destroy someone's livelihood over something that hasn't been proven. And like, there are so many talented actors out there. So if the situation ever got too messy, like they could always like recast the actor. I mean, Jared Leto, he was cool in Tron, but he didn't do anything spectacular. Like he didn't transcend Tron or put on this performance. He honestly kind of looked dead most of the movie. I mean, I know he was playing an AI character, but I feel like if they really wanted to replace him, anybody, could have played that role. But it honestly comes down to a case by case situation for me. Like, is there substantial proof? Is there a pattern of this? Are there credible witnesses or messages that back it up? If, they have that, then yeah, definitely I think studios should reconsider as, things develop in the investigation. But if there's like a standstill in the investigation and there's just he said, she said, then,
Yeah, you don't want to put someone's career, put like
yeah.
hundreds of people's jobs at risk. With that would, canceling a partnership that could just be detrimental to way more than just the one girl who allegedly got abused.
Do you think there's a moral or business incentive to detach from controversy early or avoid association?
I mean, once the finger pointing begins and the rumors start spreading, it causes chaos. What they don't understand is that making a movie like Tron, it creates a lot of jobs for people. People work tirelessly to make the movie badass so moviegoers can watch it. And if the allegations were true, then why'd they only choose to say something about it when a huge movie was coming out? To me, it's just a clear sign that they didn't really care about any alleged misconduct. They only care about ruining the movie.
Well, I don't think that they said it when the movie came out. They already said it back in June 2025, and this movie just came out now. I think it just resurfaced because he did the thing with Fortnite. Like I was saying, kids play Fortnite, and it's also kids involved in the allegations. So that's what made it come back up, pretty much. Yeah.
But by June, we knew that he was doing Tron Ares, right? Like, it was already like people knew that. So what I'm saying is that their goal might have not been to like recover from abuse or, they might have not been like emotionally distraught. Their goal might have simply been to ruin the movie. Like that, an actor who might have not got the role or a rival movie studio. They do these types of things because, dude, the movie studio business is a multi-million-dollar. Some movies make $100 million, $1 billion at the box office. You want to be that number one movie studio. So this easily just could have been a thing where some competition came in and caused a real bad time for some people. And that's what that happens in Hollywood more often than not as well.
All right. So, like in this case, when no criminal charges are filed, how do we weigh public accusations?
But that's the thing. That's what it's called. It's called defamation. When someone is not, they might not receive any money. They might receive no like mental health or reparations or nothing. The only thing that they're out to do at some point is literally just to make him look bad, make his movie suffer. That's literally that's what I'm saying is that they won't win a case. They might not even receive a single payout for any sort of emotional health. But what they can and what they did do was just cause a ruckus, start, a lot of stuff resurfacing, or we don't even know if it really happened. And that's it. They just, if 10 girls show up saying, hey, you raped me, of course there's gonna like your movie will suffer so bad and your reputation will suffer so bad. And it seems like they knew that they weren't going to make money. They knew they weren't going to be able to really do much of anything. And they just went after his identity. Like they went over his character. Like they just put a hurt on his character, his identity. And in the end, he took a real financial hit, not by lawsuits, but because his movie suffered. That's what I think.
All right. Well, in closing, we hope justice is served and thoughts and prayers to the victims. And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. If someone did get abused or something like that, definitely thoughts and prayers go out. I'm just saying that it could have all been a stunt as well. So there's really no way for us to know for sure. And yeah, that's what I thought. That was my opinion.
Well noted, sir. All right, well, let's get on to something lighter. So we saw we saw Good Fortune. New movie just came out. Directed by what's his name? Aziz.
Really, Aziz Ansari direct?
Yeah, Aziz Ansari. He directed the movie and produced it. I think he wrote it too. This is pretty much all his movie, and he was in it. So it's him. Keanu Reeves is in it. Keke Palmer is in it, and Sandra Oh and Seth Rogen as well. Very star-studded cast. The movie is about Keanu Reeves plays an angel named Gabriel, and he's trying to basically help Aziz, in life. That's basically the premise of the movie. He's helping him out. Aziz is just a regular guy working a gig, and he's not too happy with life. He just got denied a job, and he almost crashed his car, but Gabriel saved him, and he just felt so bad for him. He wanted to help him out, and a lot ensued during that help. So, Emmanuel, tell me what were your first impressions of this movie?
So my first impressions were pretty good. Like the first 30 minutes, we meet Aziz's character, who's a guy who's like, real down on his luck. He like lives and sleeps in his car. He's not, he eats like living off protein bars and working odd job, just to survive, to live in his car. So he's not doing really well. He's a guy pretty down on his luck. So we meet him, and we meet the angel, which is Keanu Reeves' character. We basically just meet everyone. So I thought it was great. Like it kept me, it kept me pretty, pretty into the movie. I was learning about meeting all the characters and learning a bit about them.
Yeah, my first impressions of the movie was pretty good. It had some really good, funny moments, and it just showed regular, normal life. So it was very relatable. Aziz's character was very funny, and all the characters in the movie honestly were great. Like they all fulfilled their purpose. The acting was good, the jokes were good, the pacing of the movie was good. I never felt too bored.
So
And it just, it almost makes you feel like you're in the movie because this guy is just living a regular, normal life, trying to survive, just getting by. He's living in a big city. He's lying to his parents, telling them he's fine when he's not. He's just living the regular life that most people live. And that's what makes me get into the emotional impact of this movie. It had a very realistic feel to it, and you got to see someone live both sides. He was, living his regular life, and then he switched places with Seth Rogen, and he was living the rich life. And the angel Gabriel was trying to get him to see, like, you don't have it as bad as you think you do. Let me show you how someone else lives. But the problem is the life that he showed him was the life of a very rich man. So, I mean, I don't think Gabriel had enough foresight to really think, why would he want to go back to his life?
he switched lives to make him learn the lesson. And the thing is, he liked being the other guy so much. He was like, I don't even want to go back.
Yeah. So so emotionally, how did this movie impact you? Like, what did you think?
Oh, me? I think it had some good lessons in it. I think it went pretty deep. It was pretty real. It had some funny parts. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little bit different from what I thought. Not in a bad way though. There were some hard lessons, and it was just a good, I walked out of there feeling pretty good.
And I also liked how it showed, like, when he was on the rich side and he was with Keke Palmer, because Keke Palmer plays like his coworker in the rich side. Well, not in the rich side, but on the broke side, like they're both coworkers and they start dating. So when he goes to the rich side, he has to reintroduce himself again to Keke Palmer, and it goes fine. But then there's one point in the movie which was kind of like the big moment for me was when he wanted to take her to Paris and she wanted to stay home and like get her union going together at the hardware store. And he couldn't understand like why that was important to her. And I thought that was like a very human moment because not everybody cares about money and materialistic things. Like sometimes people care about what's close to home to them, and like her getting the union together for her employees and people, coworkers can get benefits and all the things that come with the union. And just looking out for them was more important to her than trying to go to Paris with him. And she actually left when he was like, it's just stupid that you can't do this. And he just became like disconnected kind of from who he originally was, because he probably wouldn't have said that in the other world. You know what I mean? Like in the who he was originally, he wouldn't have said, well, he wouldn't have had the money to go to Paris anyway, but I don't think he would have looked down on what Keke Palmer was trying to do for her coworkers like he did when he was, because he had already been rich for a little while at that point in the movie. So it might have just started to take over his brain and the way he was thinking. Like he's just, thinking that money just solves everything.
Yeah, I think it's not that he didn't care about her, whatever the union that she was forming. It's the fact that when he was also down on his luck, how he was like nothing's gonna change. And later on in the movie, she held her meeting and everything, and she got outvoted like 112 to 31. So her union or whatever thing she was trying to form at that job, it didn't go through anyway. So it would have been better to just have went to Paris anyway, cause type of deal. So I don't think he was like he didn't care. It was more like he knew it wouldn't work. And so it would have been better to go to Paris. But nonetheless, that was definitely that was definitely one of those moments where you separate like the people who have good fortune and bad fortune. She had to deal with her priorities, and he was like, "Why do that? Let's go to Paris," type of deal. So you kind of see that separation, which is pretty deep.
So, yeah. As far as unique factor, I don't think there was anything unique about this movie. It was just a straight up comedy. Lots of good lessons though, for sure. Very like relatable movie, down to earth. So nothing, I mean, I guess that's kind of unique because we don't really get that anymore. We get a lot of movies like action or super dramatic, stuff like that. But this movie was very relatable. Anything unique for the movie for you?
No, it was just you pretty much nailed it. It was just pretty like real down to earth, like really real, had a good message. It was a good feel good movie. You know what I mean? You walk out of there and you're like, you just, the guy just learns to love his life as it is and, just hope for the better, work for the better and just believe that everything will turn out good. You know what I mean? It's a good movie. It's a good movie. You realize you don't have to be rich to enjoy life or, be yourself.
Yeah, good point there. Did you have any issues with the movie?
Not really, dude. Like I enjoyed it. I didn't really tune out at any time, and there wasn't really any like action or anything bloody or gory. It was just a good, real down to earth story, and I kept in it the whole time. So nothing really, no dislikes.
Yeah, I didn't have any dislikes either. I'm not gonna say it's like a perfect movie, but I watching the movie, like the story was good, the comedy was good, acting was good, all the roles were fulfilled. So yeah, no issues for me. I would give it a 7 out of 10, and I definitely would recommend it. I wouldn't say this is a movie you have to go see in the theater. You could definitely catch it at home, but definitely watch it when you see it pop up on your streaming service or TV. Definitely check it out.
Yeah,
What about
good movie, good movie. I want to give it a 9.2. So I thought it was a really good movie, 9.2. The only thing that I took points off for, because I'm gonna nitpick on at least one thing, right? And that was the point in the movie of the biggest conflict for me was when Aziz's character starts working as an assistant for Seth Rogen. And at one point, Seth Rogen goes, you're fired, which starts like a chain of events for Aziz where he like gets his car towed, he gets a ticket, he, you know what I mean? He gets like basically everything just starts going bad right before the Angels shows up. And I think that part of the movie, I think they could have went a little bit more in depth as to like the reason that Seth Rogen fired him. Like that whole firing scene could have been they could have put more emphasis on it because that's kind of the whole turning point of the movie to where the angel has to step in and be like, hey, like Aziz, like this is the moment where you.
Well, he used the company card on dinner, so that was pretty much why he got fired.
Yeah, but I'm all I'm saying is I would have put like more. I would have just like maybe like had more of a fight or done a more explanation on it like that, just a little bit more on there. That's just like one of the very few things that I could say that I docked any points on. Everything
It
else
would have been more dramatic.
yeah, more dramatic. Could have put a little more emotional. He could have like been at least like raised his, just been like why, just had a certain emotional moment there. But for them, I mean, like I said, I give it a really high score.
Yeah, we didn't even try to fight for it. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, he was kind of just like darn and walks off. I would have been like, at least like, hey, you recommended the restaurant. Like, I thought you haven't paid me. You know what I mean? Like, there was, I would have said at least like, hey, I've been working here a week and you haven't even paid me for anything. So I had to use the card. Like, I would have at least mentioned that, I thought. But nonetheless, if you haven't seen the movie, you won't get what I'm saying. But I'm saying just that scene they could have expanded.
Definitely. All right, well, that's where we're gonna end this episode today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think of our review, and definitely check out some of the other episodes. We've got some standalones up, some solo movie reviews, and expect some more of those to come out shortly. All right, so thanks for listening, and we'll check in with you guys next week.
Later, Gators.